All right. Good morning. It is December 16th. This is a special meeting of the planning board. We have two items on the agenda this evening. Not having the work sessions last week. Remember?
No.
2 weeks ago. No work sessions, none scheduled. We do not have any further meetings this month. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be in January. People have an opportunity to review minutes. Motion to approve the minutes. Bill, Kathy, all in favor? Great. Out of the way. All right, we two items on the agenda. First one up, 3180 Erie Boulevard East. Welcome. Just give us a quick update.
Sure. So as you know, we received first off, thank you for having us before the turn of the new year. We really appreciate that. Grazi says thank you as well. It was really helpful. We appreciate you guys being flexible. As you know, it's a two-use building. It's a two-restaurant build out. What we have is comments that we've addressed from the town engineer, from Eric, and some from Doug Miller as well. So we've addressed all of what we think is in the comment letter. We've had a few revisions to architecture. The latest of those was an exercise making sure that you cannot see rooftop units from the street. I believe our science package is now completely put together. In terms of outstanding items, Jamie, we provided you with a draft easement agreement. There were some comments on that it should be deeded to the town. So we'll address that comment. Other than that, I think we believe we have a pretty clean comment letter, and we'll take any specific questions unless you guys want me to go over the general specs of the project one more time.
Be happy to just pull up the sale lines to the equipment. I think like we've gone over, all other items have been addressed. ZBA is giving the height and parking. So I think this was just the last thing that you get to see. But I don't think it reflected on the elevations.
Yeah, just folks I just want to say, we don't have tenants yet, so we know if we have additional equipment up there or whatever it is, we'll do our best to screen it. And we provided some screening options as well. So once we know those, we'll have made for separate permits for those tenants.
How do you access the roof equipment?
Right now, there is no, it would be a ladder on the building, but we haven't decided if we're gonna put a fixed ladder on the back or not. But it would be on that back end.
I'm sorry, I missed that. The ladder, is that a permanently affixed ladder?
There's been no decision on that at this point, whether we have a fixed ladder. If we do have a fixed ladder, it'd be on the back.
Yeah, I mean, generally we try and shy away from those. As they're real this season.
Yes.
Any other questions? And I will just say, and then obviously at this point, a ladder is not shown on this, so it shows up on the building.
Pardon
A ladder is not shown on this right
It
now.
is not shown on this.
It shows up on the building, you know that somebody from this office will.
Is gonna notice it, yes.
Hold up. All right. So we are on for final questions or comments. What's the resolution? Motion to approve the site plan last dated 12/5/25, consisting of the following plans: L 1.1, 2.1, 3.1, 3.2, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 5.1, 6.1, 6.2. Sign plan dated 11/25/2025, architectural renderings dated 10/22/2025, and the following additional plans: A201 dated 11/26/2025, A203 dated 12/9/2025, A3-1 dated 11/26/2025, A302 dated 11/26/2025, A401 dated 11/9/2025, with the following findings and conditions. This applicant has worked with the board to provide a reasonable redevelopment of a tight site which has several site constraints, including a water main which runs through the property. This project will bring derelict property into conformance with the zoning code and design guidelines. Planning board recommended and the zoning board of appeals granted a parking variance to allow for a 12 space variance as well as a building height variance. This board has reviewed the Onondaga County Planning Board referral dated 11/5/2025, which made the following modifications, which this board accepts as a condition of this approval. That the New York State Department of Transportation requires the applicant to coordinate Erie Boulevard access plans with them. Additional stormwater to the state right of way is prohibited, and a drainage report must be submitted for review. Any work within the state right of way, including the sidewalk connection and removal of the southern driveway, will require a highway work permit. Any mitigation that may be determined by the department will be required of this site plan approval. The Onondaga County Planning Board referral further recommended that this board consider keeping the cross connection to the adjacent parcel. This was considered by the board, but not feasible, considering the build out and topography and private nature of the access. The Onondaga County Planning Board further encouraged the board to consider siting the building along the road frontage. This was considered and preferred, but not feasible considering site constraints. This board has reviewed the SEAF about dated 9/9/2025 and finding no significant adverse environmental impact from the project, grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. Further condition of this approval is that the applicant must provide a permanent easement to the town of DeWitt to pursue.
Well, it's not, it has to come in a second time.
The further conditions approvals, the applicant must provide a permanent easement to the town of DeWitt for maintenance of the town water line, which runs through the property and is shown on the plan. The easement must be provided to the planning board attorney for review and approval, and the easement must be executed by the applicant and the town and filed with the Onondaga County Clerk's office prior to any building permits being issued for this project. This approval is made with a further condition that this approval is for plans and other submitted documents, site plan documents that have been signed by the planning board chairperson, and the applicant requires that all the work shown be completed by the applicant for certificate of occupancy or compliance to be issued. Any proposed changes, additions, or deletions to the scope of work or materials from the site plan documents are not approved and are subject to further site plan review pursuant to Town of DeWitt Code Section 192-122. I will make the motion. Is there a second?
I have one comment really quick, sorry. You mentioned that the county asked for a drainage report, just for clarity. They said that the DOT would ask for a drainage report. Spoke with the DOT, I have on record them saying, we don't need a drainage report, please provide calculations. Spoke with the town engineer, spoke with Doug Miller, we spoke with Mark Parrish, and we spoke with Jeff Deep of DOT. So no drainage report was provided, no drainage report is required, because we provided the values and calculations that they asked for because we had such a reduction of green space. Just clarifying that.
Well, I think, okay.
Yeah, Jeff Deep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we put it on the drawing.
Yep, yeah, it's all there, it's all there. I just for the record, that's
As
all.
long as you met the condition
Yeah.
of
Yes.
like making state DOT happy, then
Yes.
that.
We covered it, keep it
Good.
in. So it's already done.
You've addressed it already.
Yep.
You're step
Yep.
ahead.
Yep.
Great. All right, so I made the motion. Second, Kathy second, all in favor? Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up. Amended Ethan Allen redevelopment.
Good morning, my name is Joe Perino, I'm with In Architects, I'm representing Adam Fancione, who's on the call. Streamline Real Estate, they are developing the back half of the 100 Dewey Ave. So currently, there is the Reed's Jewelers is going into the front half, and it's already under construction, it's already been approved. And I know that the site plan has come back and forth to this body, and I know you guys have kind of tweaked the site, and there's been changes. This right now, this approval is for kind of the behind the Reeds and what we're planning to do with that space. So this is the existing building. The right side is being built as we speak, right to that end of that cornice. And then ours is, we're gonna have the same material, which is a Nichiha product, which is right here. And this is what's going on, the new Reed's building, and we're gonna continue it here and on the side, just to kind of pick it up. The same material, so it's continuous. Then
Asking my question about that last little piece.
this piece at the end.
What
Yeah.
is it?
That is just gonna be this Nichiha product that's attached to the block
What's it
wall.
butting up against?
So there's gonna be an edge piece here that captures the end of it.
In the corner.
Yeah.
It's not gonna wrap the corner.
No, we're not planning to wrap the corner.
So just, you're gonna have some sort of end cap that's. gonna
Yeah,
cap on the
it's
side,
like an aluminum J trim that'll cap that.
And then the other side is,
Is block, so the back of
is that IFAS or what's the material again for that's the whitewash brick, right? The facade right here.
This is a brick, it's a white brick.
White.
So the white brick is, this is it's a thin brick, it's gonna be a thin brick. This is it, but we're using the Norman size. So that's the brick and that's the size. But it's gonna be a thin brick that's attached.
So the Nichiha is gonna
But up against
butt
it.
right to it.
Yeah, there's a joint. Nichiha, it can go in, it'll be in the Nichiha panel will actually be a little bit behind it. And there'll be a J trim there. That, we'll get into that detail when we do the CDs. We haven't done that yet. We're trying to get the approval to move forward on the materials. So the details will be worked out. This is the tile that's going over the storefront. So we're gonna have two storefronts and two future tenants. The back, because it's in the residential area, will be a warehouse space. But this is the material that's gonna go, actually, it's gonna be 2 feet. This is 1 foot tall by 2 feet. We're gonna there's a panel, there's a tile that's 24 by 48. And we're gonna use the large format tile with a top. And then the aluminum storefront is gonna be the same color of black to match what we're doing over here. So this will all be black storefront and glass, and then tile above it, and then white brick. And then the Nichiha to match to kind of tie in what's going on over here.
What is the cornice?
So the cornice is gonna match, it's the metal, we're gonna do that same exact metal. That's there. I didn't get a sample of that, they didn't have any, I went by there to grab some, but I didn't see any on the ground, so this is all metal, it's a metal framing. And it's aluminum cornice, set in sections, and we're gonna match that same thing, it's pre-finished metal. And that'll be, again, that same color, that way.
Is it my eyes or is the sign band over that second storefront not centered?
Neither
By
one
accident.
is centered.
Neither one is centered?
Yeah, this one's not, this one's definitely not centered, yeah, but it should plan to be, they're planning to be on centered, yeah. So there'll be a sign package once we get a tenant, we just don't know who's gonna be there yet. If you look at the floor plan. Should have been on that same file. Can you scroll? Oh, it's only one drawing? Oh, okay, each one was individual, I thought they were. Should have been all. Floor plan. Yeah, so here, this is the existing, the Reed's Jewelers that's being built out right now. And there's an existing block wall right here where the building actually is a little tall. And so we're trying to extend, we're gonna build a parapet so that it extends past here, so this looks like all one facade, but actually this was a taller building right here. So this is gonna be, this is our residential commercial boundary that we're gonna maintain, that this is only gonna be a warehouse. And we're leaving those existing doors and existing loading docks. We're not exactly sure what can go here. So in the Reed's Jewelers lease, we can only have high-end retail tenants be in with them. So some high-end retail would end up going into these two. So this may be, we're not sure, but we may have a common corridor to connect so that this would be just storage for these two tenants.
It has to be.
It has to be.
It has to be.
It can't be a separate entity of somebody.
Right, you can't have somebody,
storage.
yeah, you can't have another company that comes in,
For storage.
furniture and stores their furniture here and
Okay.
comes there. It has to be an accessory to.
Accessory that
Those
just
tenants.
builds.
So having that corridor in the back makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Connecting them, but
This one can connect straight through, but for this guy, he's gonna need.
Right.
Gonna need a tenancy, so yeah, we're, and we, you talked about rooftop units and things, we're just not sure what we're using yet for, but if there is a rooftop unit, we'll screen it. Because of the nature of, this is taller, there's a parapet wall here, if we put something here, it would be screened over. But we just don't know.
where
We
the
don't-
Tennessee side and the call it 81 now side there,
Yeah.
what we're gonna kind of wanna see and make sure that you're not seeing these big units just sitting up on top of the roof there.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do that, but
Yeah.
you really can't see much from the 81 from.
No, I know,
but. There's a lot of trees there and if you could see it, that'd be a trick, but
I guess you're committing to rooftops, but there's really no pad mounted ground condensers or anything like that, right?
yeah, well,
Or you're
if
not-
we.
You're not sure yet.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. If somebody comes in and says wants a mini split and, we hang a lot of the condensings off backs of buildings all the time. They don't have to be ground mounted anymore. They're so small, the mini splits. So if we do something like that, we just don't know what the tenants are. And usually when a tenant comes in, they have very strict requirements, especially high-end tenants. And they're gonna say, this is what we need. And if it's an RTU and it's big and it's ugly, we'll definitely come in and get your approval on the screen.
And the comment Doug made earlier is, roof access, making sure that is.
Yeah, I talked to, if you scroll down here a little bit, yeah, so there's gonna be two new toilet rooms, and what we had planned on doing, after we had talked about it, was put a roof hatch back in this area, because like we just talked about, there's gonna be some common space back here. So we're gonna, I talked to Adam a little bit before we came in here about roof access, because we had thought of that. And he had said that we are gonna do some common space and roof access back there. So we'll have a roof hatch. It won't be an outside ladder. But again, we didn't want to design that in yet because we just don't have the tenants. And as soon as we do, you guys will be first to know. Other than that, that's everything else I believe was approved. The site plan, were some changes that KFA made, and I believe those were already submitted as part of it. So we'd like to move forward with our construction documents for the details, like you say, about corner details and things like that. We haven't progressed that at all. But here's the site plan that Kaplinger Freeman Associates has done. Vince was here before getting approvals on how this has evolved and moving the well and all of that back there. So and drainage was all discussed.
And for everyone's edification, I did not go through this line by line in every plan, but Eric did and Mark Parrish did. And they said that this has everything in it.
Thank you.
Are there other questions on building facade? Signage, obviously, we'll do it separately, but
We don't have a sign package.
it's called out and identified there where it's allowed, if it's within the requirements.
Yeah, we already did them all.
There it is. Oh, that's right.
Could you go over again where this is going?
It's going above the entrances.
Remember we had.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I call it a storefront, but it's where it's aluminum and glass where all the entry doors are.
That's our
That,
band.
yeah, right
Gotcha.
The other.
from here to here.
Yep.
That's that material.
Thank you.
Just to kind of break it up, we had a rendering that we thought we submitted to you guys before, but
The signs,
yeah,
the package is done. That was a separate application.
Oh,
It's all
for-
Done.
before Reed's though, right?
For
For the
right
whole
there.
building.
For the
We
whole
did that last month. I
Okay.
think. So as long as you guys conform to that, you can come straight in for a sign permits.
for the sign.
If that needs to change, then you're back before. the
Yeah,
So
if
just
they,
let us know once you know what's in.
we'll see what the tenants that we end up getting, will say about what we have. Yeah,
Which rendering were you looking, just the overall rendering of the building?
yeah.
That might be on the other project.
Yes, we can say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, the previous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we took, that rendering was approved, well, was reviewed with all of you, and then we actually designed our facade based on that rendering. Should have brought that with.
The signs.
With that one.
That one you're looking. No, yeah. No, 821.
Rendering. Yeah, there it is. So this is the two retail spaces. And you can see the top, how the tile is above that. And then the cornice matches. Well, that's what's gonna, but.
Thank you.
Okay. So is there anything else, I think? Or any objections? I'd like to actually try and see if we could push this through. Concept to final. No objections?
No.
I have a resolution.
Just with the conditions about some of the unresolved mechanical, right?
Yeah, we can add those as a condition in there. All right, I will put forth the resolution then. Motion to approve the building facade design as set forth in drawing A301 dated 10/8/2025.
Yep.
Jumping ahead already, that's good. With the facade materials, data sheets presented, as well as the photometric plan dated 11/26/2025 with the following findings and conditions. This approval is limited solely to the facade plan modifications. I'm gonna pause that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause that. It is for the whole thing, but
Well,
it takes care of it in the rest of the resolution, but
I think that what we're trying to accomplish is that they came in for just this, so we're doing just this, and then down at the bottom, we're saying, and now here's everything.
right.
Okay.
So, you know, it's incremental. For this
So-
and then.
Follow that, if you will.
Yeah,
There have been so many iterations of this that we're trying to clean this up and have one clean set right now that is signed, approved and done, and that we use as the baseline moving forward. So we are looking to approve the facade materials, but there is verbiage in here to encapsulate everything else into one package.
All right, that sounds great.
and this one had a separate, SCAF, you know, also, so. Yeah, just kind of incrementally done.
All right. This approval is limited solely to the facade plan modifications. This matter is exempt from Onondaga County Planning Board referral This board has reviewed the SEIF of applicant dated 11/3/2025 and finding no significant adverse environmental impacts from the project grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. This board makes the following further resolution. Beginning with the site plan approval. Before we do that, should I put a condition in there about returning to this board for the mechanical equipment? Before we get to further resolution, because that's part of this project.
Sure, okay, yes. Yes, that's a good
Okay.
idea.
So we're gonna add a condition in here as part of this approval that. Once your tenants are determined, you determine what mechanical equipment you need to provide an updated roof plan and building elevations. That show the mechanical equipment and any impacted site.
So when we get a tenant and we're doing the fit out drawings to get a building permit for that,
Yeah,
before that happens, come to this board,
update us on what it looks like,
what it's gonna look
how
like.
it's gonna impact the facade, what we're gonna see, all
Okay.
that stuff.
How would we best say that?
I think that the design intent is to conceal or screen any equipment so they can come back and show how that's being achieved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mind
Can we just
boil
say
that
that?
down?
What he said.
You're good at this, go ahead, Doug.
The condition is the applicant needs to conceal and or screen any proposed rooftop equipment and return to the board to demonstrate plans. That
Got it.
Good with that?
I'm good with that.
This board makes the following further resolution, beginning with the site plan approval for this site and project made by this board on March 23rd, 2023. There have been numerous amendments and modifications made to the site plan. The applicant was required to produce a comprehensive site plan and accompanying documents that incorporates all modifications into one final set of site plan documents. The applicant has submitted the requested consolidated documentation, and this board has reviewed the same for consistency with all prior approvals. Doug and Eric have reviewed all of this stuff. And Mark. Accordingly, this board approves as final the following with respect to this project. Site plan last dated 12/4/2025 and being drawing number A001. Plans dated November 13th, 2025 and labeled L-2, 3, 4, 4.1 and 4.2. Lighting plan revised 1/27/2025 and exterior elevations dated 10/8/2025. With the material data sheets and photometric plan dated 11/26/2025 and floor plans A-201.
Yes.
Dated 9/18/2025. This board makes the further finding that all prior resolutions for the site plan approval for this site and project beginning with the March 23rd, 2023 approval are in full force and effect, including all secret and Onondaga County Planning Board findings and approvals. Further, all findings and conditions in each of the prior approvals are reiterated herein and in full force and effect, except to the extent that any such findings or conditions may be inconsistent with the final plans herein approved. It is the intent of the site plan and accompanying plans that the site plan and the accompanying plans constitutes the final approval of this site project from this board as the date hereof. This final set shall be signed by the planning board chairperson, and these site plan documents so signed requires that all of the work shown be completed by the applicant in order for certificate of occupancy or compliance to be issued. Any proposed changes, additions, or deletions to the scope of work or materials from the site plan documents are not approved and are subject to further site plan review pursuant to Town of Duluth Code Section 192-122. Yeah, and so the intent is just to capture everything now into one final lead set that we can file.
I'd like to add that would be subject to review of the department prior to the final minutes for completion of making sure that everything that's named herein is everything.
is this like a resubmission of a hard copy?
Follow me,
Check
Yeah.
all the dates.
check the dates.
Check the dates,
The
drawing numbers.
numbered items,
On the resolution.
yes.
Yes,
Yep.
Thank
For
you.
sure. And if anything differed, we'll make you aware of it, but
We'll send you the final resolution.
A final resolution, and then we'll submit to you.
No, you're done.
We're good, okay. We don't need to
Submitted it.
change
Nothing
anything.
changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless something's missing,
Building.
Yeah,
don't change it.
no, we're not.
And no more changes.
But then they will sign everything. It'll be, here's the final.
Okay,
Good,
yes.
motion to approve, Kevin, Kathy, all in favor? Good,
Aye.
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Right.
And Kenny's there too,
Yes.
no them this.
Yeah.
I said aye too, but I know that there were enough people there. But yep, I was listening.
All right. Good, I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take those back, the samples and get them out of here, or?
Sure.
Okay.
That's a curiosity, whatever happened to the Dewey Road? Now.
The closure.
Yeah.
They closed it.
Yeah.
Still gonna have to.
You said it's closed?
It's closed.
It's done?
It's closed. Yep.
Scam.
That goes by it all the time.
Yeah.
I will say that
Yeah.
Just,
It's a
someone is. going
hopefully
to
retail is in the middle of the day because at certain times
ignore that.
Wow.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
hearing.
there was like one car sitting
Oh,
at that.
wow.
Yes, we're starting to.
Yeah, I've been trying to email people as I.
People are coming right off that.
Now we're going back to.
Tennessee to Maple.
It should be in the, when.
Nobody's-
Inviting. you
Yeah.
to
Like
the-
no.
Yeah,
way on the
it's
traffic.
invite, email, but we had talked about opening that,
Says
so
it's a
people
scam,
could put it in there, it's also on the
Yeah,
but
website,
they're-
and everyone.
Yeah, don't do any wire transfers.
Don't want some more traffic.
Okay, great.
So it'll be low
Talking
impact.
about.
The idea
Yeah.
sounds like.
The scam.
Scammers.
There's.
Are we still recording?
Yes.
Yes.
We've got
Okay.
motions to take care of.
No,
You're
you're
good.
But yep, thank you.
So we just need to take care of appointing both Jamie and Mark to another year. So unless there's any discussion,
You can stop sharing the one screen.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna make a motion here to approve the following consultants to the planning board for the year of 2026. Jamie Suffin, Baldwin Suffin Bianco, PLLC as the planning board attorney, and Mark Parrish, Ramble as planning board engineer. Any discussion, questions, hesitation? No.
Resume.
Work experience.
All right, so I'll make the motion second. Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. Welcome aboard again for another year.
Can't wait.
And then, just so everybody knows, Bill will be made a full member in January from the board.
Congratulations.
He's gonna fill a short-term seat and then be reappointed again next year to a full seat. We will then also have, I forget her last name.
Just how good.
It's how the seats work.
Yeah.
So there's an open seat right now from Joe leaving.
Or Leif or Joe, one of them, you know,
Right.
so we have to fulfill that and
Yeah.
then
Is that different than it used to be? 'Cause
No.
when I came on, I
you did, because you were on for a full term.
wasn't, no,
Oh.
I was supposed to be on for 2 years.
Mhm.
And I was only on 6 months when being full term on the board.
Oh, there probably was another seat. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what seat you're going into,
Okay.
but,
Yeah, I was 2 years the first time, didn't I?
Yeah.
if you're taking over for
Yeah,
someone who
because
didn't
Michael
finish
Dyer
their
had retired and then Peter moved into his seat. And then we had another fella on, I can't remember his name, he was a landscape architect and he moved to Albany.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So they,
Right,
Greg,
yes.
so they asked me to come on full.
Mhm.
Remember?
Yeah.
Only one person's supposed to leave per year. What it's it's supposed to be
Right.
one per every year, so it takes 7 years
That makes
actually.
sense.
To go through this cycle.
Um,
Beware.
Who sent that? The seats?
Angela, maybe?
Oh, I think I see.
Oh, from it, it had
Yeah.
come from Angela, from you. to-
Oh, what?
And we have an alternate coming on too,
Yes.
Sarah Parrish.
No, we haven't voted. yet.
All right, so Let's see, Randy,
Did we vote on Jamie Park?
yes, we did.
We did?
No, we didn't.
No,
I don't think we did.
I missed the motion.
Made a
Never
motion.
voted.
Oh, we never voted.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
voted too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill seconded, I said all in favor, everybody raise their
Hi,
hand.
Jamie,
did?
Jenny said. She did.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're both in the old.
all right, Kevin and I.
I know it's early and I haven't had my.
Kevin and I are gonna
coffee.
be
Even I remember
teams
that.
with little footnotes on.
What we voted on.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll also have an alternate coming on next year. She'll be appointed for a 2-year. I believe it's. Yeah. So
Cool.
that's what we got for next year. Any other questions, comments? Business that we gotta discuss? No? Motion to close the meeting?
Kevin.
Oh, God,
Why
Kevin,
Kevin?
that's the last one of the year.
No, it's a daytime versus nighttime.
Oh, okay. Bill, second. He doesn't. I'll second all in favor.
Interesting.
All right, great.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
I have a favor to ask. I've got my new computer. I cannot figure out how to get the video on for Zoom calls.